Hi everybody, welcome to Live After 5. I just said I'd jump on and explain something to you if you're thinking of selling your property. So I looked at a property recently and the owners had it for many years, and it's clear that there was some extensions and maybe things built onto the property that might not comply with planning of its time. So my advice to that owner was, she was quite keen to put it up in the market. Look, just put it in the market, I can sort that out afterwards. It's not as straightforward as that. If you have made additions to your property, or someone else did, maybe, if you inherited it or whatever, you don't want to go to market and then halfway through the whole legal process, the solicitor raises it and then you have to start and go in for retention, because it's going to delay the buyers by months if you do that at a really late stage. And they won't be that forgiving if they're waiting to get into their new home and then it's all held up. Like, it will cause an awful lot of stress and upset. They might start renegotiating on the price. They might withdraw from the sale and the market could change in the meantime. So if you have a property, especially if it's an older property, maybe you've inherited it, you've put on some extensions, there's a question mark really, would this comply with planning? Get an engineer in before you go to market and get them to check the planning on the property and check the property to make sure it complies. Now, if something isn't compliant, sometimes not the end of the world. You can go in for retention planning and your engineer will advise you more on that, or your architect. But at least if you go to market, then your agent can tell the buyer, look, there's this garage, there's this extension, it didn't comply with planning, but the vendor has gone in for retention. It should be okay. Their engineer feels okay. It'll take 12 weeks or 14 weeks for this to come through. And at least then the buyers can make an informed decision when they're bidding on the property, because you really don't want to go through the whole thing of, prepping your house, getting it ready for viewings, put in all that work and effort, because it's hours, days and like weeks of work will get pumped into this for the whole thing to fall flat in its face down the line. So hire an engineer, architect if you're not sure if your property does comply with planning. And if anyone needs any recommendations, just direct message us on this page. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great evening.